Hey friend, you came here tonight, so maybe you're looking for some sleep. Or maybe something different. A story slowly flowing, a story that's as slow as breathing, but as cold as a shadow. Then turn down the light. Let the outside noises fade away. Stand still. And if your eyes feel heavy on their own, then don't be afraid, because today's story is like that too. Calm, heavy, silent. We will start our journey towards an old house, the house that the villagers want to forget, but its empty windows always seem to be looking out. The house stands in a corner of the village, like a half-sunken stone, covered with dry grass. The paint on the walls has peeled off. The window panes are stained with stains. People say, once upon a time, there was a family here. Their laughter, footsteps, the night's feast, and the noise of the day all were mixed together within these walls. But eventually, everything fell silent. One by one, they disappeared. No one died. No one even saw the grave. They just disappeared, like people disappearing into thin air. Now, the house is empty. At least, that's what people think. The village elders say, this house is not empty. Rather, it is overfilled. In an empty house, there is air, there is silence, but this house does have breath. Someone walks invisibly. Someone opens and closes the door. Someone breathes, but no one is seen. Of course, the young people of the village laugh about it. Ghosts are only stories, they say. But the funny thing is, those laughing people never go near that house at night, because why take the risk of being doubly stupid? A few years ago, a traveler came to the village. No one remembered his name, but he had a notebook and a pen in his bag. He said, "I will spend the night in this house." The villagers wanted to stop him. Some said, "You won't be able to get up in the morning." Some said, "Once you sleep in that house, it will be difficult to separate your dreams from reality." But the traveler just smiled and said, "I am not afraid. Fear is also a kind of story." So it was. One cool evening, he pushed the door open and entered. The door closed with a soft sound, as if it had found relief after a long time. The inside was full of dust. The wooden floor creaked with every step. On the walls hung old portraits whose eyes, strangely, seemed to be looking straight at him. The traveler chose a room. There was an old bed, as if someone had last sat on it years ago. He put down his bag, opened his notebook, wrote a few lines. The house is uncomfortably quiet inside. There is no wind, but the curtains are gently swaying. Night fell. He lit a candle. The light made a small circle, and outside it, all was dark. Occasionally, sounds could be heard. The sound of pressure on the floorboards, as if someone was walking, slowly, quietly. He thought, maybe a mouse, or the natural sound of wood. Of course, it could be, because we all know how many people are lucky enough to hear the sound of a ghost walking. He wrote another line. The sounds don't stop on the floor, but rather they seem to walk around me. Near midnight, he felt as if someone was in his room, a silent, invisible guest. The candle flame trembled. The curtain moved slowly, although the window was closed. There was a muffled sound by the bed, as if someone had sat down invisibly. He saw nothing. He only wrote in his notebook, "I am not alone here." The night began to grow. The clock struck once, then silence again. Suddenly, he heard a whisper. The sound was faint, but very close, as if someone's lips were touching his ear, but there was no sound to be heard. He wanted to write, but his hands were shaking. The notebook became jagged. He could only write, "They speak, but there is no language." Before dawn, the traveler packed his bag. The candle was extinguished. He found the door with difficulty in the dark. He came out. He walked along the village path without looking back once. In the morning, the villagers saw him. His eyes were red, his face pale, but he was smiling. A strange, cold smile. He only said, "You were right. They are there, but they are not just guests. They are residents, like us." Then he left, never returned. The house still stands there today. The windows are black, empty, but it is as if they are always watching. The villagers watch from afar. No one goes near, because who wants to spend the night with invisible guests? And you? Today's story ends here. Now exhale slowly. Let your eyes get heavier. If sleep comes, then let it come. Just remember, an empty room is never truly empty.